Hello and welcome to the TES Secondary Maths Resource of the Week number 109 with me, Craig Barton. Now, as you probably know by now, on this current series of Resources of the Week, every fourth Resource of the Week is a premium resource. That is a resource that has been put up for sale and that has been written by a teacher to be shared with all other teachers. And every fourth one, I use my own money to snap up one of my favourite looking premium resources and I give it a review. So this particular one is Maths Quizdom GCSE Foundation Revision Topics Quiz, 250 questions. Now I'm going to say straight out, if you're thinking, well, I don't have Quizdom software so I'm not going to use it, well then let me just kind of alleviate your fears here. I have not used this using the Quizdom software. I'm going to talk about how I use this in the classroom in a second. But this has been uploaded by Dan Davis 8, and as I say, I snapped this up and I was very, very happy with my purchase. 250 questions, all on a single PowerPoint. And these are the topics they cover. All your classics, reading tables, rounding, bid mass, negative numbers, simplifying expressions, and so on. The author explains that it's been designed to target the first 10 questions of a foundation GCSE paper. I think he's doing himself a bit of disservice there. I think this is also perfectly suitable for the first 10 questions of a GCSE higher paper. And if any of you have heard me speak over the last kind of couple of months or so, one of my absolute obsessions, and I say this to me kids over and over again, my year 11s, is that if you're dropping marks on the first 10 marks of your paper, that's marks you've got to get in the last 10 questions of your paper, and it's much easier to get them in these first 10 questions than of course it is in the last 10 questions. So whilst this may have been designed for foundation, it is equally, if not more, applicable to the higher paper as well. So it's 250 questions. If you've got Quizdom software, it will run perfectly on there, and the students can vote using their little keypads and the results will come up and so on. But if you don't, then I just use this with mini whiteboards and I'll show you now. So once you snap it up, if you download it, you get a lovely little PowerPoint like this. And if I just flick through some of the questions, you'll see the quality of them. Some of them multiple choice, some of them just kind of working stuff out. So we've got naming shapes, we've got a bit of bid mass, we've got a bit of rounding, bit of naming angles, highest mountain, value it's the arrow's pointing at, right number in figures, and so on. Now what's particularly lovely about this, apart from the quality of the questions, is that if you enable macros, then you get the questions become randomized. So you don't, well, I was going to say you never get the same questions again, but that'll be defeating the object of random. Very rarely will you get the same questions in the same order again, and that makes this a resource that you can use time and time and time again. So I'll just show you a few more of the questions and I'll talk about briefly how I've used this resource. So we can see parts of a circle, naming a shape, quickfire fractions, what fraction is shaded, writing in figures, naming shapes, and so on. And if I just start it from the beginning and I just click it and I click next, you'll see that it's going to flick around the PowerPoint, just picking me out different questions each time. Now, the danger when you find a good resource like this, and this has certainly been my experience over the years, is that you overuse it. And I talked about in my description when I first discovered Tarsier, flipping heck, I was doing a Tarsier about three times every lesson. The kids were sick of the sight of jigsaws and scissors. Similar thing with collective memories. Once I see something I like, I tend to overuse it. So the danger with something like this is you dedicate an entire lesson to it, and then another lesson to it, and then another lesson to it. Whereas in fact, I reckon the best way to use this, and indeed the way I've been experimenting with my own year 11s, is just at the end of 3 lessons a week, and we have 5 maths lessons a week with our year 11s. So at the end of 3 of those lessons a week, I just quickly fire up 5 of these questions. I say, right, just before you've all packed your stuff away, bell's going to go in 3 minutes, just answer me these 5 questions. Mini whiteboards, or if I don't have time to get the mini whiteboards out, the kids just write them down in the book and I get them to mark them themselves. It literally takes a minute and a half, 2 minutes max to project them up and then discuss the answers. And it's nice because it's a good confidence boost for the kids, and if they ever do get one wrong, then we can have a nice little discussion about it, and if I can't resolve the misconception there and then we'll pick it up to start the next lesson. And it just reduces the chance of them dropping those valuable marks on those first few questions. And for that reason alone, and the fact it's well designed like this, I was more than happy to part with a little bit of my hard-earned money for it. So there it is, Maths Quizdom. 250 questions, and again I think there's a bit of a disservice. I think there's over 250 questions, and it's not just designed for foundation GCSE. I'd certainly be using it with my higher students as well. So hope you found that useful, and I shall be back with a free brand new resource of the week next week. Take care and bye for now.